Hello everyone, welcome to Any2 tutorial YouTube channel. Today I would like to show you how can you install Active Directory domain controller in your Windows Server 2012. So let's go now. So first you need to log into our server. So before you going to install your Active Directory as a domain controller on your server Windows 2012, you need to make sure that your server already have a static IP address and have appropriate name already. So to make sure you can check. So in my server, I already configure with the static IP address already, and with the host name, I also rename it with the appropriate name already. In my server is DC. So let's go to install the domain controller, and you need to go to server manager. If you don't display this one, you can click on this. You can go to server manager. I click this one, and will be indicate with the same panel like this one. So what you need going to do is you go to add role and fixture. You need to wait until it finishes the preparation of the window dashboard. So when it's finished, you can go to role. If you don't want to see this one to display with the next time, you can skip in this step. Click next and next. So what you need to do in this step is you need to click on Active Directory Domain Name Service. Add fixture and click next. You can click next, next. You can click restart additional server automatic required and install. So in order to waiting for this installation to finish, I would like to explain you. Some of you may really know clearly about the activity and domain name service already. But for those who not yet understand or familiar with activity or domain name service, I would like to show you and explain you with the basic concept so that you will be easily to understand what we are going to do in this step. So I would like to explain you with the drawing to make you very easy to understand and step by step in this step. What is actor tree and domain controller are doing? So example, you have one server. This is our server. Example that this one is our server that we are install the AD ADC, which is activity and domain controller. So when you going to install in this service into your server, it means that your servers will be contain all the username and password and the directory of your client. Let's see that this one is a switch, and you have so many clients here. This is a computer client, and your computer client is connected to your switches, and your server also connected to your switch. So example that you not have only 3 clients, you have so many clients, and you need and your manager need you to manage all the information and give them the permission. So in order to easily to manage, you should have a directory, and you need to have a domain controller which is used to control and provide all the information and permission to all your clients here. So DC, AD and DC will work very well for this one. It will be match your organization requirement, so that it will contain here the username and password. Username. So who username and password will be stored in the server? It is all the client when they need to log into the system to work. Before they work, they need to log in. But when they log in, all the username and password is contained by the activity here. So I hope you understand in this step. So let's check our server. Is it finished with installation or not? Okay. And one more, after you install activity and promote your server as a domain controller or not already, it's not mean that your server can manage all the client already. This client need to provide that we call it as a join domain. It join to the server, which is mean that it submit themselves to the server to allow the server to manage it. So every client can log in. If they have only username and password, they can log in any computer in this area. And so many things that we can do in an advantage of the AD and ADC. So when the next step is coming, we will show you step by step from another video. If you update with the every video that we are posting in YouTube, you will be you will see our series of the Windows 2012 two series, administration and server configuration. Okay, now the installation is finished. So this means the Active Directory domain service is already installed in this computer. But one more thing that we need to do is we need to promote this server to a domain controller. So in other, we can click in this link and it will be going directly go to install a domain controller. So I just click this one, this link. Wait for a while because my server is a little bit slow. We need to wait. It seems like a little bit slow. Just wait it. This one it will be depend on your server. If you have very good hardware requirement for your server, it will be faster than this one. Okay, let's click again. Okay, it will be come here in this step. Then just wait for a while. So click on add new forest. This one you need to keep the root domain to your server. I will use any to .net and click next. So in this step, it might require you to put the password of Active Directory install mode. In this step, you can provide with uh, a very good password, but this password will be used for many things. When you want to use a backup domain controller, you will need this password, or you want to remove your Active Directory, you should remember the password very well so that you can do it anyway. So let's go with the password. Other thing I would like to recommend you to use the complex password so that it will be easily for you. So click next, and this is an just name. Click next. And in this directory, we store civil, log file, database file. But in civil, I will tell you later why we use civil folder. It very advantage and very useful with this part. Just store it, just leave it with the default directory and click next. So before it install the service and promote it as a domain controller, it also review for your selection. So in other, you check all this thing is very good already. It means that correct with your requirement already. You can just click next. But if you found something is not right, example is any tool is different, it's not correct, or your domain is not right, you can go to previous step and then correct it and just go next. And in this step I already check it and it's good, so I just click next. So it will be validated in your computer. If your computer is already installed this one, it will might not install it, or it will be duplicate service like that, or some service that it require for installation of or promoting the computer to a domain controller. So in this step is it's do it for itself, so that it will see is it the requirement is very good to match the requirement for the main controller of already. So it's checking. It's so smart by Microsoft. So all pre-required check pass successfully. So it means that you are good. This one is very good. And if you want to give to have more information about this one, you can go to this link. For me, I just click install so that it will be installed in your computer as well. So just click close this one. So after installation, your server might need to restart. It means that it's does if nothing error appear in your server, this means that you're installed successfully with the installation of the activity switch and promote your server as a domain controller. In the next video, we will show you how can you configure DNS and point it to your domain controller so that it will be your server will can use the domain full feature of domain controller to manage the client. So don't forget, see you in the next video.